Building or writing an application on a live stream is a good idea. The application needs to target for the mobile devices. Nowadays, we have only two platforms. One is Android, another is iOS. One is having freedom just in the name. That means open source, so-called open source. You cannot write single application which will support banking system and freedom. Those two will not go hand in hand. That means you will not be able to write an application, security based application targeting AOSP, not the Google Android. The open source Android will not support it. So today's task would be to write an application for mobile device. Two platform we are having. One is Android, another is iOS. The clever way to get an application or to build an application would be to use hybrid technologies. There was hybrid technologies like, I forgot those hybrid technology names. Let's search for the hybrid mobile app framework list. What are the framework list? According to Google, we got some list which can create application targeting multiple platforms. So those are called hybrid application. PhoneGap, I remember PhoneGap was the easiest one, but I used to like Apache Cordova the most because it gave you maximum grip over your application. There was some other developer backed by some real big companies like Ionic and Framework 7. Those two platform providers was awesome. There was another project called Xamarin. I remember this was backed by Microsoft. Yes, Xamarin was backed by Microsoft. That was the reason why I didn't use. But I see JavaScript and EXTJS, jQuery, those Angular. I'm pretty much sure that those are not capable to generate application for mobile operating systems. So right now we don't have Apache Cordova support as much as we had back then. So what would be our target? We have Flutter, we have React Native. So people are comfortable and experienced in React.js, they should target React Native. And what about Flutter? If you want your application to be perform much better, especially for the graphics acceleration, you must choose the Flutter one because Flutter gives you fine and granular grip over your application. That means each and every pixel you can control using Flutter application. And I like Flutter because it feels like writing HTML code. Like this block within this multiple block, like each and every block is separated and blocked by various block like HTML divs. So Flutter would be my choice. But right now the requirement is very high and timeline is very short. So my choice for today would be to write a single application for the Android using Webview. See, we have nearly complete portal for the dedicated application, and what we especially need is the location and the camera access. And I understand Webview would be capable enough to communicate with the device's location and camera. So it would be easier and nicer way if we proceed with Webview application. I remember around 6 to 10 years ago, I have worked on the Webview, and back then it supported camera. I'm not sure how accurate the location data would be. Let's see how the location accuracy goes as far as the WebView Android application is concerned. WebView Android. See, WebView Flutter and WebView Android, both are there. If I select WebView Flutter, my application would be able to run on Windows, Mac, iOS, and Android, and Linux also. But right now the requirement is high and the target is very fast. So see, those are simple application XML layouts and Java programs. By the way, I don't like Java, but Kotlin seems much more free and openness it is having. So nowadays writing by hand do not look good. So what I will do, I will ask ChatGPT if it can provide me some help writing those initial boilerplate, like write an WebView app having location and camera access for Android app. Let's see how it goes. Great, it has come up with the file structure. Let's create the file structure on my, see, this was my goal. GRAFFIN is the project I want to create. Okay, within this I have to create a folder called app, mkdir app. Then I'll have to create src, and within the src I'll have to create multiple files within the main src mkdir p src main src/main. So what the dash p will do, it will create all those necessary directories, and what we want those folders to be created. So mkdir p again, those are done. My desired Java is done. Let's create the desired folder. It is for the layout and activity. The file creation is done. Now Android manifest.xml. The manifest file XML creation is done. Let's understand the manifest itself. See, it must have the internet connection. Otherwise, how would you expect it would be a Webview app? It must interact with any website. So it requires the internet access. Later on, it needs access find location. Yes, I remember there are few location access tier like find tier and other is there. And see, this is the camera action. So those are the, I will use micro editor to edit the Android manifest file. Let's edit it using Android manifest. Only 24 lines of code. So manifest is done. Activity main.xml. The main activity file is created. Let's quit from here, and I'll have to add the Java file. Let's copy the Java file. Let's search for the main activity Java location. Okay, now we got the Java location. Now it's time to add the main activity Java file. Let's use the micro editor for that purpose. See, there is an unique identifier to each and every application you create. In case of Java or Java related binaries, even if you find 20 years old application, you will find a unique identifier. Like in the jar era or Symbian era, even Symbian phones back then all supported Java application, but the limitation was very low. Even dumb phone had some capability to handle Java applications. Even I have seen some black and white mobile devices having Java capability. So right now the unique identification is like com.example.my application, similar. So the example for this purpose, later on you can create or choose as you desire. So now the time to run or build the application. Let's ask, how do I run or build? There are various type of build system like makefile. Here I see build.gradle. As I remember, Gradle build is commonly used for other purposes, although past few years Android must be using Gradle for the build system. Let's create a new file for the Gradle build purpose. As I see, compile SDK target is 33. 33 means Android 16, 15. I'll be sure coming few minutes. So I don't know the build command. Let's ask AI, how do I build? ChatGPT is asking to log me in. I'm not sure whether should I log in or not. Okay, it is asking like you should use Android IDE. That means what is the IDE? Base IDE for Android development. What is the IDE? IntelliJ. Yes, it is called Android Studio, but I remember IntelliJ was generous enough to provide a free IDE, and they must have some kind of collaboration, or I'm not sure about that. Okay, that means I need Android Studio. What if I don't have a Android Studio installed on my system? I'll have to install it first. It's not about the IDE. You can use any text editor for that matter, but you need the build tool chain for this, like JDK, JRE, those type of application you'll have to install first. So it's better to have the Android Studio total package to be installed on your system so that you don't miss out anything. As I am using Arch based Linux distribution, it is pretty much easy to get Android Studio. Like I will click install and it will get installed. I'll have to just provide my super secure password. That's it. Yes, see, it is 1.37 GB. My god, I'm not sure what will get installed. Okay, it will take a while to install those packages, but I install size is more than 3 gigabit. Meanwhile, let's open this folder using another AI related text editor, which is called Windsurf. Let's open my project. So Windsurf is installed over here. Let me share how much I can share my screen to you people. I think it is now shared. Let's see how the Windsurf is capable enough. Complete the project if there are any missing files. So let's ask the AI if it can understand first the project and if it can produce the missing files. Yes, Windsurf is doing a lot of tasks. First, it is analyzing the folder structure. The editor itself is asking some kind of silly questions like whether I want to install Java language support or not. I will not write a single line of Java, so I don't need those things. And I see there are so many new files are there. First, accept all. Before I click on the run button, what this run will do, I'm not sure. It will just create a folder. Okay, this piece of code editor is Windsurf and it is having the right access. It can create a file, but it cannot create folder. I'm not sure why, if those are silly mistake or I'm not able to understand something. I'm not sure. It is just providing for the basic file manipulation. It is using the CLI. I'm not sure why, where it has the full right access on this folder. Another issue, Android Studio retrieving packages. I'm not sure how long it will take to just download 1.3 gigabit of files. Let's see how the BitOp is. I see the download speed is literally few hundred kbps. That means it is under 10 mbps megabit per second. It is under 10 megabit. That means 6.72 megabit. Actual, I would like to say, is actual download speed is 806 kbps. So it would take a lot of time. It's better I do something else like connecting to a other network maybe. I'm not sure. I think there are various online tools or service providers. They provide like creating Webview application within their servers itself. So let's try if I can successfully do it or not. Because see, I'm having a meeting in 15 minutes. So within 15 minutes, downloading full Android Studio and completing all those files and mistakes, it would take. See, Gradle is not installed, I think. So what a mistake. See what the command it is going to run, rmrfsrc. What, I don't want to continue right now. Rmrf, I understand if you want to remove all those files, rm-r would be sufficient. You are adding force, that means it will forcefully remove all files. Okay, so let us make a stop over here and we'll continue this tomorrow, and let's find if we can create a simple apk file which will be like showing a web page. That's it. Web view in Android apk create. See, appmaker.xyz. I think this website will be able to do this. Get started for free. Let's try on my personal. The website link, let's copy the website link. I have provided the email id ID along with the link I want to make this application for, and it is verifying the URL. I think it is taking much longer time just to verify. It was easy. Just I have given the name and I have the capability to change the application icon also. But it is taking, I think, quite a bit of time. Now I got much better solution using the Android Studio IDE. It is not just a simple text editor, it is full-fledged complete IDE. So you will get full developer experience within this one, especially getting all those boilerplate codes. Previously, I did not have all those icon related folders. It is under res. But if we take a look at folder structure, as you see here, we got the app folder alongside .idea and Gradle folder. I see there is Gradle.bat. If you use some kind of derogatory operating system, you will need this one. Else, you just need the Gradle W file. It is shell script, so it will be available for any kind of Unix related operating systems supporting bash or shell. And the major advantage using Android Studio is to get like updated best practices. Like here I got the build gradle.kts, so the Kotlin support will be built in. Now let's move to the Android Studio. See, I got my USB connected device over here. So if I rerun this again, this application will open this web page. See, all those are done. That means the application is opening within the full screen. So previously I tried using various websites, like I wanted to make it fast, but when I started building, those two websites seemed like it will work and I will get my desired application very fast. But in practical use case, using Android Studio boilerplate and simply editing the files is much better in terms of performance, code cleanness, each and every aspect it covers. Plus, great to see like Android Studio nowadays provides screen mirroring. Like I'm having a dedicated device for this development purpose, and I connect the device to the Android Studio. To the device means my system, and the Android Studio is capable enough to mirror that. Let's see if those links are working. I don't think so. More information is not coming out. Okay, so that was it. Building an application for the Android ecosystem, and it is done. We'll see you tomorrow.